Yes,
Welcome,
sir.
ladies and gentlemen. We are back and better than ever. We're here for episode 3, and it's fitting because it's just 3 of us here today. I am your host again, Big Mike. I've got Breezes. I've got Anthony. It's 3 amigos tonight. Shout out to my boy Roz. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Raz.
Time of this recording, it's his birthday. He out having
Bros.
having some adult beverages, hopefully. Shout out to Dylan. Speedy recovery.
Speedy.
And hopefully we'll be back at full strength next week. But let us get into it, fellas, because it has been a week.
Yes,
And we have a lot to talk about. Let's kick it off with how we usually kick it off, with the NFL recaps. And I'm just going to start it off because, my favorite team's the number 1 seed, and I'm the host. So, yeah, we're gonna talk about them Titans first. We're going to talk about them Titans. They lost the MVP, Derrick Henry. Another week of everyone throwing dirt on our grave, saying that we aren't this and we ain't that. And yet, all we did was go into another playoff team's house and win again on prime time. And in pretty
What week
dominant
is
fashion,
this?
by the way. It
it's
is
week 9.
9.
Yeah, week 9.
We are halfway through, and you know who's looking up? Not the Titans. Everyone's looking up at us. Good guys. Adrian Peterson rose from the dead, gave me a touchdown late to clinch the game.
Played already?
Yes, he's not from this planet. He's an alien. He woke up
Oh
yesterday.
no,
He was ready to play. He woke
he
up
had 10
yesterday for
rushes.
football shit.
He had 10 rushes for 21 yards. He's pretty youthful. I'll just put him I think he's from this planet.
The fact of the matter is, he still found the end zone.
No, he did.
Titans
I'll give him his props. He did.
Titans get the victory over the Rams. I'm sure everybody's going to talk about Matthew Stafford sucks now for a week. I just think they lost. I don't think it was really that big a deal. I just think they lost. It happens in the NFL. You lose. 2 good teams play each other. Sometimes you lose. Mm-hmm. Now, I will say Matthew Stafford had a very Detroit Lions-like interception because I don't know what the hell he was doing when he threw that ball, but I'll take it. I will take it. I will take the win. And it's on to the next one for Tennessee. The Ravens won. The Steelers got a very good win. They couldn't afford to lose that game.
I don't know about that call, that taunting call.
Let's jump into that taunting call.
I ain't that old, but that's one of the worst calls I've ever seen in my life.
That was a pretty bad call. What do you think makes it worse, the call or the hip check before the call? Because that hip check was unbelievable.
Are you guys talking about the referee and the player?
Yeah, yep. I think his name is Tony Sorrente, the referee. And who was the player? It was like Cassius Marsh. I believe that was the player's name. It was just some hip check, and just because he had gotten a sack on the play.
I'll set it up for you. So it was 3rd down. The Bears were up 3. I believe they were still up 3. 3rd down with about 4 minutes to go. And they got a sack. They got the Steelers off the field. My man obviously just got a big, potentially game-clinching sack. Got up. Apparently, he claims that he's been doing this since college. I don't know who he is enough to know if that's accurate or not. But he sacked Ben Roethlisberger, got up and did a jumping spin kick towards the way he sacked Ben. When he got up, he was facing Pittsburgh's bench, did the kick, stared for a minute, and then started running back to his sideline. After he did all of that, as he's running towards the sideline, the referee, as clear, you will never be able to tell me that ref didn't do that on purpose. Clearly stuck his butt out to hit him, to try to hip check him, and then after doing that, threw the flag and called taunting. Nevertheless, you don't give a Hall of Famer like Ben Roethlisberger 2 chances, and he promptly took his team down the field, and Pittsburgh won the game. That's rough.
Like,
that's if I'm Chicago, especially the season that they're having. That's your rookie quarterback. He just had his Monday Night Football moment. That's rough. That's rough. That's rough.
And it's like, it almost, like, for me, it's like, I'm kind of happy. I'm still kind of happy the Steelers won, only because you look at that AFC North, and it's like, okay, you got the Ravens at 6-2, but then after that, there you go, Pittsburgh 5-3, Cleveland and Cincinnati 5-4. You, like, literally the South, the North and the West, every single team is over 500. It's a dogfight in those two divisions. It's a dogfight. I mean, well, you guys have it easy, but I mean,
I am living it good.
Yeah, you living good
over here.
It's even a little dogfight in the East a little bit, with the Patriots and
Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo's come back to earth, and now Bill Belichick is pulling this voodoo again.
Mm-hmm.
So,
speaking of Buffalo,
I still don't believe New England is still who I thought they were. So I'm not worried about it.
What the hell happened?
But yeah.
I mean, you look at
Tom Brady takes a week off and everything just goes crazy.
Honestly, the NFC North. I mean, the NFC South. I mean, realistically, that's still Tom Brady's division. The Saints aren't going really anywhere. The Falcons are kind of like
that. But Jameis getting hurt killed the drama in this division.
It did,
because they promptly lost to Matt Ryan and the Falcons, who I don't care what their record is, they're terrible. they're terrible. So I don't care what their record is. I have eyes, and my eyes tell me that Falcons team is trash.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if you've heard of their corner, AJ Terrell. He's been playing lights out.
He's okay.
He's been playing really good. I mean, honestly, that Falcons team, but I agree with I somewhat agree, but for me, they've been that team since the Patriots, since they lost to the Patriots, just wildly average. 1 week they'll do good, the next week, next week do good, the next week they'll lose bad. Like, it's just been wildly average since that Super Bowl, to be honest. Matt Ryan had a good game, but then what's going to happen the next game? It's pretty much been like that for the Falcons for how many seasons now? Honestly, for me, when I look at the NFC West, I'm just really disappointed in the Seahawks and the 49ers. Because you remember, just not too long ago, it was a big rivalry between those two squads. Like, and now they're just in the cellar.
But it's weird because I look at the Seahawks and Niners. They're both 3-5. But I look at them. Would you argue with me that the Seahawks and Niners are both better, if not just as good or better than everybody in the NFC East? Maybe with the exception of the Cowboys. I would take the Seahawks or the Niners over everyone else in the NFC East.
Seahawks, yes. But I'm not sure about the 49ers.
I don't know what the Niners are. I don't.
They've been very shaky. They've been very shaky, and they play Monday night against the Rams. So
it's the biggest game of the season for the Niners.
Yeah,
it's put up or shut up.
It's literally put up or shut up. They got blasted by Arizona. So Arizona didn't even have Murray playing or Hopkins, and they still got blasted.
I know that last second scratch of Murray cost me in fantasy football because he's my football quarterback, and
he's out with an ankle injury.
But they were hyping it all week. Oh, he's gonna play. He's gonna play. He's tough. He's gonna play. Game time decision. Nope, he's not playing.
Nope.
and then they're on the West Coast, so it was terrible for me. Yes, yeah, we can leave that graphic up for the rest of the show. Honestly, Tennessee, we could just leave that right there because that's all I need to see. I don't care about nothing else.
It hurts me because the putrid loss to the Giants knocked us back into knocked us down to
Oh,
fifth place.
oh,
Just
the pride and joy to see they're my Titans, but the Giants are my number 2 team.
Here we go.
He said, "Here we go."
I gotta take this graphic down just for a second so you guys can see my face. This guy Mike has forever had a team A and a team B in like every sport, and I don't think it makes any sense. I don't think
I agree with you on
gotta
that
have
one.
one team.
I agree with you on that one. Nah, I can't do a team. Like I can say honestly, if I wasn't a Raiders fan, I'd be a Falcons fan. But I'm just a Raiders fan. You know, that's the most I could say.
I am a Titans fan, but my father is a Giants fan. Most of my uncles are Giants fans. When the Giants win, my family's happy. That makes me happy. So, do I root for the Giants? Sure, there's a piece of me that roots for the Giants. Sure. When they play the Titans, nope, they gotta lose. They gotta go. They gotta go.
Now, I know it's early, but just looking at this graphic right here, what teams can you say would be the most surprising from the AFC and the NFC? Like just looking at this wild card.
I did not see Arizona coming. I thought maybe they would be a wild card, but I did not see Arizona coming. The Chargers are a little surprising because they always seem to get in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
So the Chargers are a little surprising to me. I like I said, I doubt that they'll be here at the end of the season, but the Falcons being there is just a shock. Like
I don't watch football like that, but I can say that just by seeing the records, I'm surprised to see that the Cowboys doing a really good job. Even though I expected your boy Dak to come back with a vengeance, but them being 6-2 right now is kind of crazy. And I don't even watch football.
Let me just let you know, Breezy, it's smoke and mirrors. I just let you know it's smoke and mirrors.
He said it's smoke and mirrors.
It's smoke and mirrors.
Is it smoke and mirrors?
It's smoke and mirrors. You know it's smoke and mirrors. Anthony, you know they're not that good. They play in the worst division in football. They play, well, maybe it's Titans. I don't know. Our division's pretty. The Jaguars are like they're an XFL team. Like I just I don't know what the Jaguars. I don't know what the Jaguars are. But I say that and they just beat Buffalo, so I don't know.
If they play in the XFL, what league do the Texans play in? This shit. I'm just
because the Texans, we like to joke and tease the Jets and all of that. The Texans are the worst team in football. They are the worst team in football.
I disagree.
Who's worse than the Texans?
The Lions. What are they? 0-7? Are they 0-7 or 0-8? 0-8.
They're 0-8, and they got their doors blown off this week. But they play hard. Like they legitimately
44-6 to the Eagles.
They should have 2 wins though. Like they should have 2. They found out a way to blow 2 games. So like that 0-8, I feel bad for them. They got their doors blown off. They got their doors blown off. So it's hard to defend them when I think Philly just scored again, and it's hard to defend them. But I've seen they're better than that 0-8 record. The Texans, I don't know how the Texans have a win. I have no idea.
Who was their win?
I don't know. Maybe it might be Jacksonville. I don't know.
Was it Jacksonville? I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was Jacksonville. Yeah, it was Jacksonville.
I don't know.
Oh,
but the taxes are just god awful. Like just oh god, like it. They should not be charging people to watch them play.
Damn,
it's rough. It's rough down there in Houston.
In more than one ways, not just the football team.
It's rough in Houston right now. The Rockets are trash.
Hey man, they got upside.
Astros
man.
are a pack of cheaters, and they just lost in the World Series.
They did, and
the Texans are, like I said, an exhibition. They are a minor league team. It's rough in Houston right now.
Hey man, the Rockets, they got some upside, man. They got Porter Jr., they got Jalen Green, they got Kenyon Martin Jr. They got some upside on that
They've
team.
got talent
What?
on the team,
Yeah.
but they
But
don't
what's
have
going on
wins
with?
on the team.
Yeah, what's going on with that John Wall situation?
They're paying him not to play.
So they're paying him $91 million over 2 years to not play.
Yep.
Okay, all right, that makes a lot
That's
of
the
sense.
Houston Rockets. Yep. That's the Houston Rockets.
Okay.
And as you mention it, as I have the Duke Kentucky game on, John Wall is at Madison Square Garden right now, hanging out with the Knicks, watching because he went to Kentucky, so I'm sure he's there for Calipari.
Alumni.
But he's sitting there next to I think it was R.J. Barrett he's sitting next to.
So he's making 45 and a half or something like that
Something
million for
crazy like that, yeah.
the next 2 years to literally just hang out.
To sit
I can do
until
that. We can all do that.
I'm with John Wall. Y'all don't want to play me? Sure, I'll sit. I'll sit. Somebody will get desperate and want to trade for me, so I'll sit. All you gotta do is stay ready.
I don't want y'all to get away from football just yet without even going.
So I just want to start off the show by acknowledging that, I made some comments that people might have felt were misleading. And, to anybody who felt misled by those comments, I take full responsibility for those comments. And I'm excited about feeling better. I'm excited about moving forward and hopefully getting back with my team and getting back to doing what I do best, and that's playing ball. It's been tough to be away from it. I've been, obviously dealing with the COVID, and I feel like I'm on the other side of it, thankfully, and thankful to still be able to have something to look forward to this weekend. Hopefully.
Oh boy.
So those people he was talking about that he misled, that's me. I'm those people. I'm those people. Right to my face. Right to he looks
Oh.
That's how I feel.
They just handed down the penalty to Aaron Rodgers today.
Yeah.
Well, what's $15,000 to Aaron Rodgers? Can anyone give me a guess on what 15 grand to Aaron Rodgers would be?
Might be the equivalent to 50 cents.
I'm an athlete. I'm not an activist, so I'm going to get back to doing what I do best, and that's playing ball. None of this says I'm getting vaccinated.
Because he's not getting vaccinated.
He's not getting vaccinated.
He's not getting vaccinated. He's not an activist because he doesn't have a good reason to not get vaccinated, except according to him, he's allergic to an ingredient in the vaccine that he won't name what it is. Yeah. But I still stand by what I said. That fine was ridiculous. He should have been suspended. He blatantly violated the policy, and his reason for it was because he didn't like the rule. That was the reason that he gave. He didn't like the rule. He thought it was stupid. Well, guess what? It's still a rule. You can't just break rules because you don't like them. I don't like the speed limit being 55. That don't mean I can just tell the cop, well, I did it because I think it should be 70. Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, that's the rule. You got to obey the rule. Like, what are you talking about?
I totally agree with you on that, Mike. I mean, honestly, it's Aaron Rodgers. The league, they weren't going to do anything to Aaron Rodgers.
They don't care.
They don't care.
They could care less.
It's about that green, man. At the end of the day, Aaron Rodgers he's one of the best. He's box office, as a certain commentator would love to say. Aaron Rodgers is box office. So they're not going to do nothing. But even then, I was surprised. 15,000. Like, come on now, 15,000.
That's the fine that they gave him.
Yeah, they gave him 15,000. That's like $1 to us. Come on now.
Hey man, listen. It's always been Buck the NFL on my end. Mike can tell you it's been Buck the NFL for a few years now. I've been consistent in this. It's been about 5 or 6 years. I've been Buck the NFL, and this is complete brand for the NFL because there's no way that Aaron Rodgers goes on with this without having to present some type of um proof that he got the vaccination besides word of mouth. And this right here shows that the NFL basically got caught by him catching COVID. Nobody
Yep.
wants to bring the NFL into the point. They just keep on relaying it back to Aaron Rodgers, but the NFL are just as much as to blame as Aaron Rodgers. So
Hmm.
that's my take on it. Buck the NFL. It's been that way.
And they said the reason why they fined the Packers organization 300 grand was because the Packers knew about it and they never confronted Rodgers about it.
Man, how
They
much
never
money the NFL make a year, man? How
a
much
lot.
money? Yo, these players make more a game than what if you total up the players on one team, how much they make a game. That $300,000 fine for the organization of the Packers is like
It
Well,
means nothing.
here's the thing though. If we're talking football, I mean, a lot of them players ain't making money like that. So three
no,
hundred
but I'm just
thousand.
saying I'm talking about combined of that
Oh, you
one
talking about
team
combined?
of that
Oh,
one team though.
yeah,
Like
nothing.
what?
Yeah,
And but they didn't find players. They find the organization. They fired the team. They find the team. So when you think about how much they pay the players versus how much they find the team versus how much the team makes versus how much the NFL makes, it's pennies. It's
pennies.
pennies. But
Like I said, they clearly don't care. The NFL doesn't care because the NFL, Aaron, as much as admitted that the NFL knew because he said that he and the Packers had to submit something to the NFL before the season started. So clearly the NFL knew he wasn't vaccinated, and yet here we are because and listen, there's no secret. Aaron Rodgers is my favorite player in the NFL. This is the I couldn't this and that's probably why it bothers me so much more
mhm,
because basically what the NFL told us is there are levels, and at once you get to a certain level, which Aaron Rodgers clearly is, he's one of the most popular players in the league. The rules don't apply. The rules
They
don't
don't.
apply to him. He can do
exactly.
whatever he wants, whenever he wants. That's why he can go the whole off season and basically tell the Packers, "So what? I'm not playing for y'all. What you gonna
Yeah,
do?"
yeah.
And
Because he's
literally hold the franchise hostage all off
Hmm.
season just to go. I changed my mind. I'm gonna play now. Like
bro. This is what makes this kind of like differs. It's the same situation in the sense, although Ben Simmons doesn't have a ring, but when you compare the two situations, it's the same. Aaron Rodgers won it out. Ben Simmons won out. Regardless of the reason of what they why they won out, and they're both holding the teams hostage, right? By saying I
Hmm.
might not play, I'm not showing up for practice and everything like that. But you see how both situations were handled differently.
I would say, I
But
think
two
the
different organizations,
difference.
though.
I would say I think the difference is I think Philly really does want Ben. I think Doc Rivers is smart enough to know that if Ben Simmons was on the court, Philly can really win this chip, and they were willing to grovel. Doc Rivers went on First Take and apologized to this man.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
Packers, basically the Packers blinked because they looked up and they realized, oh, the season starts in a couple weeks and Aaron's not here and Jordan Love is not as good as we thought. So let's see what he wants. Maybe we can talk him into it because all of a sudden we not as good as we think. So
Yeah.
and the opposite from Ben Simmons, Aaron Rodgers was winning the PR battle because it made a lot of
Mm.
sense what Aaron Rodgers was saying that the Packers weren't doing for him. So when you have a ring and you're one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the league, and you see the other great quarterback in the league get to do whatever he wants and win a ring because the organization listened to him, it makes Aaron Rodgers look like he's making a lot of sense because Tom Brady said, "Go get me this, this, and this, and we'll win a ring." Tampa Bay went and did this, this, and this, and they won a
Yeah.
ring. Aaron Rodgers asked for the same thing, and they're like, "Nah, we know what we're doing." And then you lose to Tom Brady. That gives Aaron Rodgers a lot of leverage. So
Mm-hmm.
Ben Simmons is passing up layups in the playoffs. It's not gonna look too good when you like, yo, I don't feel like I'm getting treated right. Everybody gonna look at you like you crazy because you're not performing on the field. Aaron Rodgers just won the MVP. So
Yeah.
you're right, James. Like there's similarities, but there are. Aaron Rodgers did
Mhm.
have Green Bay by the throat.
Yeah.
He had them by the throat, and honestly, it looks like Green Bay was right. Shouldn't have gave him nothing because clearly he doesn't care about anybody but himself. Clearly, so
It's a really selfish act. You gotta understand. You're going the whole season. What is it? 9 games right now. Well, 8 games he's played, and no, you don't tell nobody. You're just basically going about moving in secrecy with this whole vaccination status, not knowing the type of harm you could have potentially caused to other players, like and the
exact
people
like
around him.
it's so unbelievable to me because like if you don't want to get it's one if you don't want to get the vaccine, fine, that's fine. But to be
Hmm.
walking around with no mask, no nothing, just
No, nothing.
I'm just doing whatever I want, like that is a different level kind of selfish.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that
management you
is
have an issue with, not the players,
crazy.
man.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy to me. Like you talk to your players, you talk to your teammates all the time. You can't tell me there's not one player on that team that Aaron Rodgers interacts with that doesn't have someone at home with some kind of immune disorder, or that's a high risk person that you could have given it to them that could have gave it to that person and they just lost a family member. Like the
Hmm.
odds of that, it just makes no sense that you would be that selfish that you don't care about your teammates and their family just because I I don't know if Aaron Rodgers thinks COVID's real. I don't know. He's not an activist, so I don't know.
He's not happy.
But but it
Good
sure
point.
smells like someone that just thinks this is all nothing. So
I
he's
just
gonna
think
get
he's
back to doing what he does best, which is playing ball, and that is what he does best. And he's still the best thrower of the football I've ever seen. But the
but
respect as a man dropped drastically
no,
for
but
me this
but
year.
James, I'm glad you kind of made that comparison because it's like you have Ben Simmons, you got Aaron Rodgers. My thing is personally, Ben Simmons doesn't have the skills to back up his mouth. At the end of the day, yeah, he's a great passer, great defender. Offense, he's a liability. He's just a liability on the offensive side. So again, like Mike said, when you're over here trying to make these demands and then talking about you're not mentally there and all this other stuff, people looking at you like, dude, you're on a 5 year, $177 million contract and you barely can shoot a jump shot. What are you complaining about? He got destroyed by Shaq. Shaq destroyed him bad, but he
Yeah,
made
man.
all the sense in the world.
You're just not that good.
He's
And
just not that
when
good.
you want to be great, and in order to be great, you got to get in the gym. So
Yeah.
until you are that good, you're never gonna be that great. And I understand that. I mean, and we see all these clips every summer of him shooting threes, and then the season starts, and he shoots these threes in preseason, and then the season starts, and he doesn't take one. And I don't know if that's mental. I don't
It
know if
has to be
that's
mental.
but
mechanics. I don't know.
It's
but you know,
mental. If he panics, it's mental. It's
but
mental with him.
and rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. But Kobe had one of the best work ethics. He would talk about how early in the morning he's waking up 4 in the morning, he's going to the gym, eats breakfast, goes back to the gym, eats again, goes back to the gym. His work ethic was impeccable at that point. Like with Ben Simmons, like that's the type of stuff you got to be doing to get your shot right, to get your stuff right. You look at Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball was a terrible shooter when he first started. What happened with Lonzo Ball?
Put the
His
work
jump
in.
shot, his percentage steadily kept increasing season by season by season by season. And now look at what the Bulls are doing.
Giannis.
Lonzo's a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
player.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Giannis,
What? Do you remember his scouting report back in, was it 2013 when he came into the league?
Back off him.
Yeah,
Back up off him.
back up awful. I remember reading those. And look at him
and
now.
it's crazy because it's almost the same thing with Giannis. You look at Ben Simmons and you go, boy, if he had a jump shot, boy,
If,
that would be an
oh,
unstoppable monster. Giannis can't even shoot yet. Giannis just gives you a hint that he has a jump shot, and we're all like, oh my God, the league is over. Just a hint. So,
hmm
like literally, if Giannis' athleticism stays where it is,
hmm
3 years from now, he's going to be the most dominant player we've ever seen.
I agree.
Because if his mid range gets to B level and his 3 pointer gets to B minus C plus level,
hmm
I mean, good luck stopping him. Good luck.
I mean, who's gonna stop him? I mean, at this point, I mean, I kind of have to give a semi apology for defending Anthony Davis the way I did. I mean, this dude is just getting injured
Street
right and
clothes.
left. It just yeah, he's.
I hate the saying
I
street
think
clothes.
he left the most recent game because he had like a stomach bug or something. Oh my god, man. Just
Yeah,
and then
and
Westbrook.
bubble,
I don't know
man.
what Westbrook's been doing. He's just been
Westbrook's hurting my heart.
he's hurting
I don't.
Westbrook's hurting my heart.
that man has been
I
bricking
was.
all
I was
over California.
afraid. I was afraid of this happening because I felt like uh, Westbrook was not gonna find his. I figured Westbrook wasn't gonna find his position within this team, and it's starting to look like that, man. It's starting to look like he doesn't know where to like fit in because, and it shouldn't be that complicated, but we're not professionals. I mean, we all play basketball on a very like small level, if we have even. But it's like even looking at it, you just think that maybe they should like put him because he's a big guard. He likes to play it on the post, especially there's a lot of small guards today. It's a mixture of big guards, but a lot of small guards. He likes to put them in the post, just like what Candace Parker run the pick and roll off the post right there. Put him in the
Yep.
post, run the pick right there because then he can go straight to the basket or he can figure out if AD is gonna pop out or drive to the basket. It's the same thing when you put Dwight Howard in. You know, you just gotta figure it out, and he's been having a really hard time adjusting. A really hard time adjusting.
I don't.
He really
I
is looking like Westbrook.
mean, I mean, again, you could still use the early, statement, honestly. Um, but again, 5-5. You know, I don't know how long LeBron's going to be out, but he's dealing with some nagging injuries. Like Anthony
But
Davis, we
what
already
I
mentioned
do
him.
what I do want to say though is that he may not get his points isn't that high, but his numbers ain't really that much different. His turnover ratio was already high when he was in other teams. They've been high. So people, I feel like, when you go to other teams where like it's just like a big market city or a lot of attraction and everything like that, it's microscope. So that's what it looks like right now. Everybody see the 12, 10, 10, and 10 and the 10 another 10 for the turnovers, you know what I'm saying? But it's been like that. It ain't really changed. He's been a high turnover ratio player, but he's found ways to be effective with those turnovers being there. But I feel like people are like drilling in on his game a lot too, especially if they're not winning. It's a lot easier to point the finger at it.
Hmm
I think being in the big market, you're right, is putting a spotlight because he's not playing too much different than he normally does. The difference is in Washington and Houston and OKC, he was the one or the two option. And because the ball is always in your hand, you can live with the turnovers because it makes sense. He's always has the ball in his hand. When you're the number three option, at this point, every time you get the ball, it becomes critical.
hmm
So you can't have, for you to have the ball less, but your turnovers are still that high, still the same, looks bad on you. And
Yeah,
the fact that listen, I am a staunch
He
Russell
got
Westbrook
yeah, those
supporter.
critical times like the other 2 games ago where he turned the ball over late in the game. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
You can't do that. And he's shooting 23% from three right now. Like
Oh, oh my
that
God.
you can't defend that. I cannot defend that. Like you are literally throwing up bricks right now. Like
They need
you
to
got to get
change
that
the
up to
big
30.
three of that team. They need to put my man Melo a part of
I
that
don't
big
think
three on
Melo
that
is
team.
making New York
Melo
proud
is
right now because he
yes.
is out there. I'm serious. The Lakers legit could be 3-9 if Melo wasn't on that team. Like Melo
Mm-hmm.
has literally carried them to a couple of wins already.
Mm-hmm.
Melo, I literally saw today. Melo is the second oldest player in the league. This makes no sense that Melo is. They're depending this much on Melo this early because
Melo's
I
loving
love
it because he's
Melo,
getting the chance to show.
but Jay, you know where this is going to
And,
go.
and he and
We're
he
going to
really
get to the
Downhill.
playoffs. We're going to get to the playoffs, and he's going to run out of gas. He's going to run it. They're using it all now.
I don't see it happening because he kind of did. He's doing a little bit more than what he did in Portland, but when they got to the playoffs, it was still there. And I
He
feel
did
like
get he
him
did two piece
having
he did 2-piece Denver up in the playoffs. One game, but
and
then he fell and then he disappeared after that.
not because they faced the Lakers.
No, they
They faced
lost. Portland lost to Denver.
no, but I'm talking. Was that the year before? It was the year before.
The year
Was that
before
the
they
play
lost
in?
to the Lakers.
Yeah, but
He
I
2-piece
don't.
Denver last year. He 2-piece Denver in the face in Denver, which was a great moment for me. And then he disappeared for the rest of the series. And I don't know if anyone has found CJ McCollum yet because I'm still looking for him.
This season, yeah, I
I
don't
don't
look
know
for
where
it.
he is, but he surely has disappeared the last two playoffs because like everybody talk about Dame, Dame, Dame. That's the dude they need to be yelling at because
Dame
that
Nah,
too,
dude.
but
yo. Dame is like playing like
Are you worried about Dame? Are you worried about Dame?
Dame playing like yo. I'm not even gonna play to my top because I want to be out of here.
That's what I'm
But
saying. Are
if
you
that's
worried
the
about Dame?
case,
Because
no, I'm
I'm not
not worried
worried
about
about
his
Dame.
I
game.
mean,
But
He's
it's
going to
like,
turn
but
it
if that's
on.
the case, you just signed that deal. You know what you were
Well,
signing
he's
for.
torn. He's torn. He's conflicted. I get it. He wants to be one of those lifers. He wants to be what he wants to do. He very much, as you can attest to, because you get on me all the time about. He loves the
Bring the
grind. I
ring.
love the
Yeah.
grind. I love building, building, building. The one ring is worth it. That's why I respect that. As he said, he respects Giannis because the grind, the grind, the grind. The problem is Portland is letting him down. And they've kind of been caught with the injury bug. Like, because I'm pretty sure if that center, if he's healthy just one time in
Nurkic.
the playoffs, Portland could make some noise. If he could just be healthy one time, I've never seen someone
And
get
what's good with
hurt in the playoffs every year.
what's good with their other kid, the white boy, he's big. That's always injured. That's really
Yeah,
good.
yeah. The two of them. The two
What's
of them.
his
Like,
name?
it's Jurkic and
um,
I have to look it up.
yeah.
But the two of them, because Portland really does have a roster. Like, if them two could just be healthy, who knows what we're saying?
Yeah, but it's just come on, man. Like Portland is such an irrelevant organization. Like like come on now. How long has it been since we've been talking Portland? And still it's the same result over and over again. First round defeat. Maybe second round certain times, but it's just the same story with them. It's just honestly, if I'm Dame Lillard, I'm getting out of it. Like that whole grind, I get it. It's cool, but how long you gonna grind? How long how long you gonna grind? Like, you know, at the end of the day, it's like you need the pieces. The pieces aren't there. The pieces just aren't there. Like at the end of the day, Giannis just, and again, think you also have to acknowledge Katie's foot, but Giannis just had enough to do it himself. Well, not himself, but he had enough to do it with the people around him. Like
And his
Dame,
number two showed up. Chris Middleton
yeah,
showed
Chris
up.
Middleton, exactly. Chris Middleton showed up.
Yeah,
I'm
he
still
did.
looking at you, CJ McCollum. Like, so I mean,
CJ McCollum ain't no Chris Middleton though.
and that's why Dame doesn't have a ring.
But if you're Dame, who you go to?
I don't know. That's the thing, because Dame's weird because Dame said he doesn't want to do a super team. So basically, what he's saying, he wants to go to a mid. I mean, him on Boston could be fun. I hate Boston, but
That's a lot of
that
ball
would be
hogging though.
that would be
That's a
that'd be
lot of ball
interesting.
hogging.
Well, but I think Dame becomes the alpha that they need, because even though Tatum and Jaylen Brown are very good, I don't think either one of them are alphas. They're both kind of passive.
You don't think Tatum's an out? You don't think?
Dame's not passive. Dame will
Mm.
be like, "Give me the ball, I'm gonna score." So I think Dame could work in Boston. I actually think Dame could work in New Orleans, because I think him and Brandon Ingram. Poor Brandon Ingram is just lost
What's
in
going on with
Albuquerque.
Zion?
He's a couple weeks away, so they
Okay.
say. I
A couple
think
weeks
we'll see
away
Zion
injury
on Christmas.
wise. Yeah, a couple injury weekends away. He's a couple weeks away injury wise, but I think he's about 2 months away weight wise.
Oh God.
I don't think
Yeah,
we're going to see Zion until Christmas
Jesus.
or right
he's a
before
little while.
Christmas.
Yeah, because once he gets his injury done, he's gonna have to get shape. So it's gonna take a little while. And
Whew.
to answer your question, Mike, the guy that we were talking about is Zach Collins, but now he plays for the Spurs. So there you go. His career may be
Yeah,
over.
his career. It's a wrap for him.
Oh man.
So
Yeah, man.
Jeez.
But yo, man, the Nets is on a 5-game winning streak. They're the
they
Brooklyn
were,
Nets.
they were.
Oh, they
So
lost to the Bulls.
they were.
They lost to the Bulls. That's right.
Yo,
Past tense.
I have to give the Bulls their flowers, man. I have to give the Bulls and the Heat their flowers. Those are two teams that are not playing around right
I
now.
told y'all Miami's really good. I told you
They
I
are
love the
really
Knicks.
good.
I don't
Tyler
know if they're better than
Hero,
Miami. I don't know.
Tyler Hero has been balling.
Yeah, Tyler Hero's playing.
Tyler Hero's been balling, man.
Before we get into Miami, because we need to talk about Miami.
We
Yeah.
do. We do. No, we do.
I just
We
want
do.
to let's give Chicago their flowers. I just want to talk. I just got to give 30 seconds of some love to my man Caruso. Is he just not your? That is just my guy. He will
I'm gonna be honest. I
forever
haven't seen
be
a
my
Bulls
guy.
game this year. I haven't seen a
I've
Bulls
actually
game yet.
watched the
Really?
Bulls 3 times this year. I've already seen, because I saw them play the Knicks. I saw them beat Brooklyn last night, and they were on TV for some other game, and I saw them play. I'm telling you, Chicago's good.
Yeah,
I'm
DeMar
telling you, Chicago's
DeRozan.
good.
What I
DeMar
was gonna say
DeRozan.
is, were you always a Caruso guy?
Yes, Caruso. Oh, yes, yes.
You
You
sure?
don't remember me screaming that in the bubble?
I thought when he was in the preseason when he had the wild hair and I was like, yo, this guy could jump. I thought you was to be like, no, I'm not crazy about him.
He won me over. I don't watch preseason, number one, but he won me over. I've been on the Caruso train for
Yo,
a
Anthony,
while
this
now.
guy to the left or right, which camera I'm looking at? But what I'm about to say, this guy right here, yo, he does not watch preseason of any
Not at all.
sport. And I watch
Nope.
preseason of basketball, baseball. I don't watch football.
I still don't know how you watch preseason baseball. I mean,
I'm sorry. I'm with Mike on this one. I don't watch preseason, man.
I
I
watch
don't do it.
preseason
I don't
because
do it.
it kind of shapes you to understand what the dynamic of your team looks like prior to going into the season.
I just go on the
when
news
these guys blow up or turn into
basketball out of the
something.
three. Basketball out of the three makes the most sense. And then football a little bit, because you can see how the first team plays a little bit. You can kind of get baseball. No, take care. I
Mike,
could care. You couldn't pay me to go to a spring training game.
Like
I'm not
here's
talking
no.
about that, but yo, Anthony, I'll be watching these preseason baseball
Yeah.
games right now, and I'll be saying these names to Mike that's on the Yankees, and Mike will be like, "Who?" And then later in the season, right? Later in the season, he'll be like, "Yo, this guy just started playing." I'm like, "No, he was playing like that in preseason."
No, I know we're not talking about baseball, but
Uh,
one thing I really think baseball needs to do. I think they need to expand that playoff. I
They
just
do.
hell
personally
no.
think they really do. I just
The,
like for a team to just go and have to go through the grind of just 162 game season just
for 4
to play.
teams to make it.
Yeah, come
Like the
on.
way that they had the playoff set up last year in the bubble, that was the best playoff setup. That worked so perfect. You
Yeah,
have you have a couple 1-game playoffs, then you have a season, a 5-game, and then you have a 7, and then you're in the World Series. Like,
yeah.
bang, bang, boom. They're so afraid of these guys that are not better than the guys from the 50s and 60s, breaking these guys from the 50s and 60s records, that they don't want to change anything. Like, it evolves. The sport evolves. Like,
Hmm.
I don't even understand it. Get this TV money. Like, like,
Yeah.
literally, I know when you look at the ratings, when you
I was
look at
about to just say that.
everything,
I know when they looked at their ratings, they saw a spike when they did that their little format change because the NBA
Hmm.
did that and they adapted and they basically made it.
that 1-game playoff between the Lakers and the Warriors, that was must see television that night.
Yeah,
Must
everybody was
see TV.
tuned in at 10 o'clock that night.
Must see TV. And Adam Silver, to his credit, went, "Oh, well, let's run this back then,"
Hmm.
because it just it's money. It's money. It gives us more drama. Like, I don't understand why baseball doesn't do it. Like, who care? Like, records are made to be broken. Like, so what? Like, Altuve already is like a fourth, or has a third or fourth most postseason home runs. Altuve ain't on no Reggie Jackson or Derek Jeter level. We know that. Like, so he has the record. Okay, who cares? Let him go. Let him live with that. All right, cool, great. Like, I don't care. Like, is it fair that Emmitt Smith has the rushing title when when he has more games to play than Jim Brown did? Like, who can't, like, records are made, time evolves. Like, we got to move
Hmm.
forward. Like, it doesn't take
Yeah,
away from Jim Brown. It just you just recognize greatness when you see it. Emmitt Smith's a great running back. Like, you can talk in the same breath, Emmitt Smith and Jim Brown. A lot of people will tell you Jim Brown was better. Hey, okay. I mean, like, there's room on the table for everybody to eat.
yeah,
So
Hmm.
I never understood why they didn't want to expand the playoffs and stuff, because the traditionalists, well, this isn't the baseball that we grew up on. It's not, because you're not growing up anymore. Like,
yeah, exactly. And even to that point, Mike, today's baseball is nowhere near the same 5 years ago, 3 years ago.
nope.
They made so many changes as far as like speeding the game up, adding from different aspects to the
Pitch
game,
clock.
like everything's different. So they can't not be afraid of the subtle changes that's gonna only bring um betterness to the sport. So
But the
Hmm.
one thing, and we can go back to basketball in a second. The one thing, I'll let you go, Anthony. The one thing that they haven't done is the main thing, which is highlight their stars and promote their stars and let these dudes play and have fun. Fernando Tatis should be on every billboard in the country. Like, I don't
word,
understand. There are still people that don't know who Mike Trout is, and that
Are
makes
you
no
serious?
sense. But Mike Trout is Mike Trout is a Hall of Famer right now, despite the fact that the Angels have completely wasted his talent, and I hate the Angels for completely
No, but
wasting his talent.
they actually have this new guy on the Angels. He had a historic year.
Otani and
Yeah,
Otani.
Otani. Yes,
Otani
Otani.
should be everywhere. Like,
Yes.
I should be able to turn my TV on and not see someone that can pitch and hit. Like, he literally is going to finish in the top 5 of MVP and the Cy Young. Like,
Hmm.
in what world should he not be the biggest sports star in the world right now?
I don't
Like,
know.
like, it makes no sense. Like, They have Aaron Judge, and that's because he plays in New York. And who else? Who else is
Bryce
a
Harper.
really main Bryce Harper,
Yeah.
and he played in Philly and Washington, so he had a major market. What other?
Sheesh.
Toronto's guy. What's his name?
Who? Vlad Guerrero?
Mm-hmm.
He's not on their level.
True.
I mean popularity wise, he's not on their
Yeah.
level.
Would you say Giancarlo Stanton is still up there? Or?
I don't know if he's on. I don't think he's
Not
on Aaron
superstar level
Judge,
because
Bryce Harper.
he doesn't have personality enough for it.
Yeah, exactly. So he's
What's the
not
guy that
there.
won the home run derby?
Pete Alonso might be getting close because he plays on the Mets. He plays on New York. The problem is the Mets ain't been to the playoffs. Like he hasn't really gotten that time to shine yet. But
Yeah.
like we're struggling to think of superstars in baseball.
What about Clayton Kershaw?
He got commercials.
I would give him. I would give Kershaw because he plays in L.A. But like we're struggling. We're struggling.
I'm thinking. I'm just trying to think right now. Huh? It's like, geez.
And despite the shit show Garrett Cole did.
Garrett Cole.
He doesn't have any personality either. He had a really good season, but he almost kind of got a golden glove almost how good he was playing, but it's just not personality driven to get that type of attention.
I mean, maybe I'm biased because I'm a Reds fan, but I'll say Joey Votto.
I don't think Joey Votto's on that level. Like talent wise, I would give you that, but superstar, I don't know if he's on. I know who he is. You know who he is, but does casual fan know who he is?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
You don't know who Joey Votto is?
Nah.
See what I mean? Like, and then James isn't even a casual fan. James is actually a baseball fan. Like,
Nah, he's one of those Reds greats. Like he's gonna be up there in that Hall of Fame soon. Like he's been around for a while. He's still one of the best. He's still one of the best players on our team.
He is still one of the best players.
Yeah, he's still one of the best players on our team.
It's like the ninth wonder the world how you became a Reds fan, bro.
Maybe someday we'll unpack that. Maybe someday,
We're 3 episodes in. He said that.
Maybe we'll put this on a bonus episode or something, or a bonus segment. Shit! My bad.
Y'all got any early NBA MVP picks?
Steph Curry. Steph is already showing me he's already on that I'm on another level type of flow still. Like he's picking up right where he left off. Y'all know he dropped 50 last night, right?
Yeah, he dropped 50 and 10 like last night. They said he's like the oldest player to do 50 and 10 in the game,
which was shocking to me.
Yeah, because he's only 33.
Exactly, but then I think about it. I mean, who's really dropping 50 once you get past 33?
Because my thing is, I'm like, LeBron hasn't done that yet. Like I thought LeBron been done that.
Nah, it's like 50 and 10.
50
and 10. Yeah, 50 and 10. Damn.
Because
Kobe never did that.
KD just had 48,
50 and
49.
10.
I know. I'm talking about points wise. He's talking about old points, but accumulation of both. Yeah, it's been because when you get to a certain age, I mean, you're not doing too much to be like a two-way player. But his 10 was assists, right?
Yeah.
Man, that right there, your players got to make shots too. So
that's true.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't really care about those small analytics, man. They Steph Curry you to death, man. Because if you think about it, they were like the last person to do it. You're looking at him, Steph Curry.
Yeah, you look at all the 3-point, benchmarks. It's all Steph Curry. Steph Curry is just you might see Klay Thompson in there in like the 4th row, but then like it'll be Steph Curry right after that. And
come on, Still
Listen, man, don't hate on my man
analytics. You could
Steph Boogie's greatness, all right?
Nah. I love Steph. I do love Steph. Hey, but still, man, I think that some analytics is just like, all right, okay.
Yes, Anthony, I've been
Okay.
calling him Steph Boogie since like 2012, 2013.
Wardell.
Wardell.
Steph Boogie.
Is he the greatest shooter of all time?
Yes. I knew that 5
Better
years
than
ago.
Ray Allen?
I knew that 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's no question. It's Steph.
He took that title. He has it, and it's. The question
listen,
remains to me now: can Clay catch Ray Allen and Reggie Miller and Mark Price? Can Clay catch them?
Yeah, I mean, if
I wouldn't put Clay above Ray Allen right now. I would still give Reggie Miller over Clay too right now. But Clay's coming.
he's coming. Now I have a little.
He got to play. He with him not playing, that's what
hurting him.
does it.
Yeah, like I have a bone to pick with Curry for a minute, man. First off, he's ruined NBA 2K. That's the first thing. Like you can't even you can't even play that no more. Yeah, he broke the game. It's like you play somebody. All they do is they pick the Warriors. They play Curry. It's like I'll even switch defenders just to put the best defensive player on, and he's still jacking up any three known to man. So I'm like, okay, let's play on the hardest difficulty level. He's still making every three.
What year was that? Was that 2017? When you couldn't it was when Steph was like making unbelievable threes.
It was like 2K16, I believe.
You couldn't even do what Steph did in reality, and they had
they had to change the game because he was so good.
Yep.
It was his back-to-back season, his MVP back-to-back.
He's also ruined pickup basketball too, man, because everybody thinks they're Steph Curry now. That's another story.
Well, the game was already kind of going to like stretch for 3-point shooting. He just like fast forwarded. That's all it did.
Yeah.
No, but speaking of basketball, did y'all hear about Scottie Pippen? Y'all heard about what he's been saying?
Mike, you can't get away with that. Get away from that topic. Get away from it.
Yes, we are.
I just want to say this. I agree with Scottie Pippen. I agree with him. I do, because I think honestly Jordan has been hogging the spotlight. He's not acknowledging thoroughly his teammates who helped him to become what he became. Look, come on, Mike. Before Jordan won those rings, what was he doing? He was getting his, busted left and right by them Pistons. Then bad boy Pistons was busting his every single year. Then Pippen and them boys
can't get an argument from me. Will not get an argument from me.
So I see. I'm going on these social media sites and everybody's just ripping Scottie Pippen to shreds. I'm like, what? Like, come on now. First off, you give Pippen his flowers. Don't disrespect Scottie. Second off,
I'm not
Mike has a disdain for Scottie Pippen because
what is your disdain? I'm starting to sense this. What is this disdain going on for Scottie?
Because Scottie Pippen has dunked on Patrick Ewing a bunch of times. And Mike is the ultimate Patrick Ewing fan. I'm a Knicks fan as well.
I am too, but it was funny, man. Like when you get dunked on that bad, I mean, what you gonna say about that? Like, what are you gonna say? Like, what are you gonna do? I mean, first off, Patrick Ewing went and got him and tried to fight Scottie Pippen on one of the dunks. I'm like, dude, you just got to take that walk of shame, man. Come on, man. You can't hate on him for that. You can't.
I can. I can.
Hey, look. This is a quote right here.
Scottie Pippen. Now he does. See, and
is it easier to play with a herniated disc or to play with a flu? I don't see many bad back games, but I do see flu games. Flu, come on. What he said. But I still kind of feel like he's on his like campaign run for his book. He's been on this run ever since the idea of the book came into play.
Exactly
but
that's
I feel him.
because he raises good points, but that's my problem with it because it's fake. He don't mean none of this. He's just
But
trying to sell books. That's all. He don't mean not a word. He's saying after the book flops, he gonna be
he said
right back
after.
to bending the knee and kissing Michael Jordan's ring. As soon as all this is over, he gonna be right back to being in his place over there as the number 2.
Yo,
That's the
how
problem I
crazy
have with Scottie Pippen.
how crazy will it be if if the book comes out and it's not even like a tell all like we think?
It won't be because he's full of it. He's full of it.
Yo, how crazy, bro.
Listen,
Yo,
I think it's real, but I do think there's a business aspect to it, like because no, I definitely do feel like he's genuine, like, and again, I don't know if y'all remember, but like it was either during or after the Last Dance had finished premiering, he had made comments about it.
He was
There
mad
was
about it.
there were rumors and there was actually talk, about his disdain for the Last Dance. So I feel like this is genuine. I mean, yeah, I do feel like there's a
but he
business
wasn't the
aspect.
only one. There was a few people. Horace Grant said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was a few of them that was on the docuseries that said that they weren't put in the correct light because it was more of the Jordan show. But I mean, I feel him because at the end of the day, what you was watching for?
He was watching for
MJ.
Mike. He was watching for Mike, and he knew
But
it, and he turned it into his documentary. That's what it was supposed to be about the
but you
Bulls,
but
and
you
it was
can't
about Mike.
but you can't sit here and say like, hey, it would be more intuitive, be more entertaining if it would be more introspective if it was about the Bulls. Like, come on, how many? We all know about Michael. We all know about what he did, how he dominated the game. We all know about Michael Jordan. Let's get a little bit more about Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant. Hell, Steve Kerr. Let's get to know more about him. Let's get to more about all these people around him. I don't
Yeah,
know. That's just me. I mean,
I feel like they kind of gave Pippen his flowers early on in the Pippen episodes, but they did overshadow his with the whole "I'm not coming in the game on this play" because they gave it to Tony Kukoc. But they did try to give his flowers in the beginning of that episode. But
he
yeah,
even complained
they
about
don't
that
talk
too.
about the fact that Pippen should have won the MVP that year. They don't talk about that part.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
And I will, as much
semifinals, a
as I
game away
hate,
from the finals.
he was balling out of his mind that first year that Jordan was gone.
A
So
game away from the finals.
you can't take that away from him, and people like to do that. So,
Not even a game, a shot away from the finals. It was a shot. He was a shot away from the finals. He missed the shot.
but who sent him home?
I don't know who sent him home.
Patrick Ewing. That's who sent him home.
Can we not talk about that year,
You know
Mike?
the answer to that question. Patrick Ewing sent
I don't.
him packing.
I don't want to talk about that year, man.
And then they lost to the Rockets.
Yeah, you didn't need to bring that far. We just
John Starks.
see, and that honestly brought me into another thing because this is one thing that I'm glad the NBA has changed recently was that 2-3-2 format of the NBA Finals. I'm
Yeah,
glad
bro.
they went back to a regular format. I always hated that 2-3-2
I
format
hated the 2-3-2 format too,
because
and it sucks.
we were up in that '94
The
finals.
Knicks
We
win
were
that
up
series.
3-2.
The Knicks win that
We had to go
series
back.
if it's 2-3.
We
If it's
couldn't.
not
We couldn't.
2-3-2, the Knicks win that series.
We just needed one game in Houston. We just needed one. We had to go. We got to go to Houston for game 6 and 7. Couldn't
Because
get one
they
game up there.
split the first two games,
Mm-hmm.
and then Houston got one game. They got game 3, and that's all they needed.
Mm-hmm.
But if you flip it, the Knicks won games 4 and 5. If the Knicks win game 5 in Houston, that series is over. Because
Yep.
the Knicks are not losing that clinching game in that
In New
Madison
York.
Square Garden in 1994. The Knicks are not losing that game.
Nope.
So, yeah, it sucks. It really sucks. There's a few series that changes if they don't have that stupid 2-3-2 format. I don't think Dwayne Wade and Shaq and them, I don't think they beat Dallas if it's not 2-3-2.
Really?
I don't think they beat them 4 in a row. Because think about it, they gained momentum because they had 3, 4, and 5 in Miami, and it built and built and built. Dallas never recovered from the punch in the face.
You know, funny enough, I don't think the Lakers would have beaten the Celtics in 2010. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Because Boston was up 3-2, but the
I
final
don't
two
think so.
games were in LA.
But even with it being that way, I don't think LA wins that series. As strange as it sounds, I don't think they win that series if Kendrick Perkins doesn't get hurt. If Perkins doesn't get hurt, Boston wins that series.
Mm-hmm.
Big Perk.
So, as crazy as that sounds, but yeah, Perk
He was
getting
effective
hurt,
on that Celtics team.
he was very effective on that
He was
team.
very effective.
Perk doesn't get hurt, Celtics get another ring.
Mm-hmm.
So, but let's get into this fun. Let's get into some fun because I don't know, and I have some breaking news too.
Okay, what we got?
When you play this clip, go ahead and fire that off, Mr. Producer.
Oh, so Morris banging Jokic first. They'll take a look at this. Extenuating circumstances, perhaps, with Jokic returning the favor. Wow. Of course, you know that.
So that was the clip.
Don't play.
They ain't see that man's brothers, man, up in the stands, man. They know not to mess with Jokic, man.
Yeah, I mean, Markieff Morris's brother had something to say on Twitter.
Waited till little bro.
Till bro turned his back.
Man, them boys always get into something, man.
And these boys and Jokic's brothers fired right back with the "you should leave this the way it is instead of publicly threatening our brother. Your brother made a dirty play first. If you want to make a step further, be sure we'll be waiting for you." Jokic brothers.
And I just want to add that they made that Twitter account just to make that message.
Yep.
So we are getting dangerously close to, as they say on the streets, it being on site. It is getting close. It is getting close.
Speaking of on site, your boy Mike, AJ Brown had something to say about Jalen Ramsey. You know, like he said after the game, he's like,
on site too. Yeah,
he said, "You got my number. You can come by."
They're very close to on site too. So how we wanted to? The breaking news that I had.
Before you got it, I got one more clip to play. I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
One more clip tied to that. This is what will.
No, I felt it bad for real because actually I was looking. Then I asked for I don't know who showed me the clip, and actually his head snapped back. So I feel really bad. I mean, it's a reaction. You know, it's a bad move.
You think that was like a quick cleanup
from the streets?
From the streets.
That was a reaction. My reaction was to go pop him back.
That his reaction when he slapped Homeboy in the face last season. Who did he slap like that? He slapped fire out of
Forgot who he slapped.
Out of Rivers. Was it Rivers?
I don't think it was. It might have been Austin. I don't know. The Joker don't play.
Nah, he don't.
By breaking news, he's been suspended 1 game for that.
Jokic?
Yep.
Wow.
My fantasy game. My fantasy team.
Morris has been fined and Jimmy Butler has been fined. And that's it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Joker is going to be.
I can understand why it was suspended. I mean, it's retaliation. So
yeah, so do you feel that he was wrong in that situation? How do you feel about that situation?
Yeah, Anthony, go ahead.
We're going to talk out. more from a moralistic standpoint, yeah, he was wrong. I mean, honestly, it's just one of those things where it's like you gotta understand you're a professional. You know, you unfortunately, as much as these NBA players don't want to admit it, yeah, they are role models. Whether or not they want to be. So you got to act that way. You know, even if you may feel you've been antagonized or you have a reason, you know, you got to always act the part. I know it's a corny take, but it is what it is. I mean, that's just how it is. You know.
Man, how I feel about it is these Maurice Bories, they think they tough, but they not really tough, bro. They not really tough. So, yo, you keep on asking for, you keep barking up the street, man. Somebody gonna have to press them. And they tried to punk what is it, Doncic a few seasons in a row. And I feel like they got Luca's heart because they always punking him in the playoffs. But these boys always been trying to play tough for seasons, man, and they need to be put in the right place that they're not. This is not the '90s, and they think they're in the '90s as far as like being aggressive like that. But yeah, nah, man,
But
they're
that's who
not.
they are, man. Them
They're
dudes, them
not
dudes are certified goons,
a lot of no what. They a lot of bark,
man.
bro. They a lot of bark.
I don't know. I think, and Joker's like I already said, Joker. I think he's about that life, but I also think
I think his brothers are about that life.
I I think I think Joker picked the right Morris brother to do that to because I don't think that would have went the way it went had that been Marcus instead of Marquise. And I don't care what you say, James. Marcus would have got up and swung at him because you can say what he don't play that he don't play. He's a dirty player. We know he's a dirty player, and if Joker would have called his bluff like that, he would have went at it. He would have tried it. Even if he would have got up and just got in his face and yelled, he would have got it. It would have been a different situation. That being said, Marquise got what he deserved. That was a dirty play. Like that was a that they were
hmm
getting blown. They were getting blown out. There was like 2 minutes left in the game. I don't know why Joker's in the game to begin with, but that foul, that was a dirty foul. Like he could have cracked the rib. He could have he went in elbow first right in the ribs. Like that and I mean we've all played ball. That hurts. Like
Yeah, but
that
that's
hurts.
complete. That's not off brand for Malone as a coach. He plays his players to the buzzer
To the
goes
buzzer.
off, and that's never been smart. We've seen how it happened against Derrick Rose, So a lot of coaches have like paid attention to the late moments in the game. If they have a huge lead, that's it. You might as well just take their starters out so they can avoid any instances like that. But Malone, he plays his players to the buzzer, and that's when you get situations like this that could have been avoided.
I mean, it could have been avoided, but as I saw the great Uncle Shay say that more than one dirty play deserves another. That was a dirty play. He got
Hey,
one back. It is what it is. But can we talk about? Have y'all seen? I don't have the clip ready. The firstly, I mean, would you not want Jimmy? Jimmy Butler can be on my team any day of the week. He didn't even see what happened. All he was running up the court. All he did was turn around, see his man on the ground, and see everybody talking to Joker, and he was ready to square up. And I don't know if you've seen the
I saw
picture.
it.
Jimmy Butler had the revolution. They was ready to go outside Denver's locker room, like, let's go. Let's get it right now. He was telling them on the court, meet me in the back. Meet me, what's good? What's good?
Right now,
Right now.
right now, right now.
Jimmy Butler
No,
could
no,
be
right
on my
now.
team any day of the week. That is my guy, the mayor of Clamp City, Jimmy Butler. Put him on my team tomorrow. Going in a foxhole with him any day.
Hey, man, listen. Just like Kanye West said in a recent interview on Drink Champs, man, is there anything that's gonna really happen? It's too much money invested. Meet me in the back. What? What you think we're gonna fight? We ain't gonna fight.
Yup.
No, no, they're not gonna fight. So that whole meet me in the back is whatever. Just like when
Yeah.
what was it? Remember Devin Booker and whoever he got to the let's go in the back and he ran into the back and stuff like that. You think security not sitting there like, all right, guys, come on, man, it's too much money
Man,
invested.
after that Malice in the Palace, man, ain't nothing going down, man. NBA
Exactly.
they done learned their lesson. By the way, did y'all see that documentary too?
I heard it was
Not
whack.
yet,
I gotta watch it though.
but I
What?
will watch it. I will watch it.
Hell, heck no. That was the documentary right there. It really gave you a deeper look into that whole situation, like because you remember when it came out, like when that situation happened, they tried to
I saw
paint
it live.
Steven Jackson and all them boys as victims and whatnot. I mean, yeah, they try to paint them as just like perpetrators. My bad, just just destroying their name in the media, just calling them thugs and all this other stuff. And in the documentary, they really shed light on what really was going down and what they were really doing, you know. And I'm not gonna spoil it or ruin it for y'all, but it's definitely something y'all gotta watch, like
It's a 30 for 30.
yeah, 30 for 30.
Word. I'm
Yeah.
gonna check it out. Maybe I'll watch it Friday. I got some time.
Mm.
Yeah, man. Uh, in other news, well, I know we're a sports pod, but it's been like talk around the world right now with the whole Travis Scott Astro World fatalities that happened. Um, and we all want to say prayers to those families, to the people that were lost, and to the 9-year-old kid that is in the hospital. I don't know the update on him,
And
but yeah,
there was just another just recently, like right before we got on the air, this girl who goes to Texas A&M, she was just reported no brain activity. So
mm,
her family's essentially, gonna have to, make a tough decision pretty much. So that's pretty much her case right now. So she's pretty much a goner at this point.
yeah. And what I do want to shed light on is that what is it? When Travis supposedly had found out about it, he already said that he will pay for the proceeds to the family and covering funeral costs as well as any mental health fees that may come along with that, with experience in that. Even the people that wasn't actually involved immediately to the situation, just like fans that were there that saw everything that happened. But I mean, that's wild, man. Those festivals, it make you scared to go outside still, even though with COVID, there's other things that's like just there, you know. Well, I mean, it looked like a fire on festival. It looked like it was
No
popping.
pun
I mean,
intended.
Mike, no, man. We've been
Been to
to
a
a
few of
few
those.
Made in Americas and stuff like that, and those crowds could get crazy, man. I mean, let's pull it up. That shit look crazy. I was thinking rocking. I mean, yeah, yo. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I'm not a fan of cancel culture. I didn't even pay attention to see if stuff like that was happening with him. But there were a lot of people were saying or pointing the finger to Travis. How you feel about that? Or do y'all got thoughts on that? On
there's
what was
been
going on?
so many there's been so many reports saying that, oh, when these situations were happening and the crowd, he was still performing. But then, you have people debunking that, saying no, he did pay attention to what was going on. It's a lot of conflicting reports, honestly.
Yeah. I got a clip of the.
Somebody pass out right here. No, don't touch him, don't touch him. Everybody just back up. Security, somebody help jump in real quick. Keep going. Just
Somebody jump in. Come on. Security, get in there. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Let's get in there.
I don't know.
But even then, I've seen that footage too, and people have said that, even after that footage, he was still performing, and and again, you hear about there was a guy allegedly who was in the crowd injecting people with drugs. Just,
Yeah, I heard that too.
hmm
I don't know what to believe, man. I wasn't there, but
it,
like,
It's tough because it's
it's
so many
tough.
people. It's a lot of word of mouth.
Yeah, a lot of word of mouth.
It's it's
Then you got
hard.
the.
It's
and
hard,
it's fresh. When you
and
hmm
it's
got a fresh
fresh.
situation like that, you get a million rumors first before the truth comes out. So you don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, apparently you got. Oh, don't forget about the Illuminati rumors too. Those have been running wild too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that nonsense running around.
Travis Scott had just became the biggest devil worshiper overnight. Apparently, man. I mean,
People will take stuff and just run with it. I'll just say, I like James said, we've been to festivals. I've been in those enormous crowds, and you don't think about it when you're there, but it is a scary situation, especially when you're in
yeah.
the middle to the front, because there's nowhere to go. It is hard to get through a crowd like that.
hmm
And if the crowd, even the footage of the people rushing and barricading the door before the concert even started, when you're in the front or in the middle of that and the crowd decides that it's moving, you're
hmm
moving.
Yeah.
That's just it.
hmm
So if they're partying and mosh pit and doing all of this stuff, and there's a health incident that's going on, that's a very scary and dangerous situation because it
Absolutely.
is hard to get help.
Mm.
You have to hope that there are good people around you that are aware of their surroundings, because people just don't care. It's scary. From
Mm.
Travis, I understand why people are going to sue him. He's a big name. People know he has money. I know that these shows have like insurance. I think the venue has insurance for stuff like this, but they're obviously still going to sue Travis for the reasons I just said. To me, it's hard. Like, we saw the clip there of him talking, trying to pause. I've never been on stage like that. James probably can talk to it more than I can. You can't really see. It's dark. It's dark. Like, you can't really see out there. So for the people like, why didn't he stop? How could he know what was going? Like, it. He's focused on performing for all these people. That's what he's there to do. And he can't. It's hard to see. You don't expect that to happen. And I don't know how good his vision is. I don't know if he could see what was going on. Would it have been great if he would have stopped? It would have been great. But then, as I know this is going to sound heartless, but you have to think of the other people there too. It becomes more dangerous if he
Yeah.
stops the show so
Hysteria.
they can help their people. As we said, people are high, they're on drugs, they're drinking, they're not in their right frame of mind. If they get upset, like I said, when that crowd decides it wants to do something, a crowd that big, they're going to do it. So it
Hysteria
actually
happens. Yeah.
becomes dangerous if he stops performing, and it can be worse to the person that needs the help. So it's a tricky situation for him. Travis C, I don't know him. I listened to his music. I've listened to a couple albums. I
We've
don't know
seen
what
him
kind of
perform.
dude he is. I don't know what kind of dude he is. He
We've
seems like a good dude.
we've seen him perform live at
Yeah,
the first
I've seen him perform. I remember how crazy it was when he performed.
that shit was crazy. Shit was crazy.
Like, it was crazy. It was a lot of
That
fun, but
shit
it was
was
crazy.
the
It was
best
crazy.
best concert I've ever been to. That shit was crazy. Nah,
So
he's
he
and his shit
seems like a good
is on
dude.
another level now.
I know it's bigger now than when we saw him. He seems like a good dude. I don't think he would wish harm. He would want this to happen at his concert. So
Nah, man, not to mess up his bottom dollar either. You know,
it's unfortunate. To me, it's unfortunate. Like, shout out to him for stepping up and trying to
Get ahead
get
of this.
some assistance. I just hope he doesn't think that he can just throw money at it. I hope he actually, it's hard to say, what could he do, but just throwing money at it is not really enough. The mental health aspect that he's doing, that's a step. That's a good step. But I mean, it's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate situation.
It's prayers for
I
all the
mean,
people. Oh,
like you said, it does make you wonder about going to these big festival type stuff. It's crazy out here.
mm-hmm.
Wild. So, closing in on the end, Mike, what you got lined up for us?
Well, like I said, shout out to Dylan. Rest up. But I will be taking over Dylan's trivia time today.
Gonna be easier questions.
Probably will be easier than what Dylan
Okay,
usually gives you.
Dylan, take
I'm gonna
notes.
I'm gonna stick basketball because I know that that's y'all wheelhouse. So we will stick with basketball. I have only 3 questions. We're not gonna go
In and
crazy.
out, huh? In and out.
We're up against the clock.
All right.
But I'm gonna run down this first one. Let me just load this bad boy up. Okay, and this is an NBA question. Multi-point question too. Only 2 times in NBA history has there been co-rookies of the year. Can you name the 4 men that have been, it's 2 different years. Can you name the 2 people that were in the 2 instances that there was a rookie of the year, the 2 co-rookies of the year?
Cole.
At the one, yeah, it's only happened twice that there were a co-rookie of the year.
I know. One year, just
I
the
will
other
give
year, I
you a
can't.
hint. I will give you a hint. I will give you the years that I will give you the year of one of them. So, do you want the most recent or do you want the oldest?
Most recent.
Is that the consensus? You're good with the most recent, James?
Sure.
The most recent instance of this happening was 1999, the 99-2000 season.
All right, I already know I know who one of the guys is. I just don't know who the other one is from that year. Do I get
99,
a
2000.
Do I get a half point?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
There's multiple answers so that we
Wait,
can see who can get the most points here.
wait. That was the year Tim Duncan was back, right? Was it the
Oh,
'99?
you've used your hint, sir.
Oh no, it wasn't. No, that was the year we lost in the final.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh, 99, 2000.
2000.
Rookie of the year, co-rookie of the year. What the?
Yeah, I'm just okay now. I'm lost.
I'm going to give you another hint too. Also, all 3 of these questions does have to do with rookie of the years. So that's the lane that we're in tonight.
Okay.
So just so you have that, keep your
2000.
brain in this air in this field.
Uh,
I will
uh,
make a reminder, folks at home. Next week when we do this, I will have music for this because
So
clearly
you.
this is just dead air because these 2 are stumped because they are not on this level. Dylan, take notes.
uh, Dylan take no- Oh man.
James, let me see your hands. What you doing?
it's over. I'm looking it up now.
I'm looking it up. Oh, he not even denying it.
Oh, he's out. He's out. Anthony, you want to
Yeah,
give it a shot?
I'm still. Yeah, but give me a sec. I'm just trying to think. I'm just trying to think.
because my brain would have said like Steve Francis or something, but I can't. I'm looking.
Hmm.
Well, what we're not going to do is that nonsense that Dylan was doing last week that
What?
cost me and Anthony a point.
Oh yeah.
Steve Francis is one of the guys, James.
Word.
Steve Francis is one.
Okay.
Hmm.
So Steve Francis is one. Now let me get in and look up.
Oh,
Go ahead and look up. If
I
you're
like
looking it
I.
up, then
It's
this is
not
over.
like
No,
now. Honestly, for me, I want to say Elton Brand, but something is telling me not to, and I don't know why.
Elton Brand is the other person in Steve Francis's co-rookie of the
Oh
year
my god, you
category.
gotta be kidding me! Yes, yes.
So those two were the hard ones. That was 99 2000. I'm
Oh, let
shocked
me
that y'all don't know
let me
the
stop
other
playing. I
two
looked at
because it's exactly
it.
because
Yeah,
it
I
was a
looked that
big
shit up.
deal
No.
with the other two.
The other two? Okay, can you give us the year of the other two, man?
94, 95.
Ooh, mm, damn. You said 94, 95.
It's a famous picture
A famous pic. It's a lot of famous pictures, Mike.
of these two guys with the Rookie of the Year trophy. Like it's
Jason Kidd Grant Hill.
yes. I'm
My
saying like
God.
I know
My
y'all have
God.
seen this picture
My
of Jason Kidd and
God.
Grant Hill with the Rookie of the Year trophy.
My
How did you
God.
not
With
know
the
that?
suits and the hats. Yes.
Yes. Like how have you never seen that picture before?
Yes.
The Steve
Yes.
Francis Elton Brand one, I knew was going to be tricky because I don't think a lot of people realize Steve Francis was that good that fast.
Nah, he
I
was
know.
nice.
Yeah.
He was nice.
I just didn't remember him being a cold winner.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Him and
But
Elton
Elton
Brand.
Brand had a crazy year on.
Yep.
Yeah, it was on the Clippers, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Clippers.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one.
Which, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you brought up the Clippers.
Oh God,
The Clippers have the most Rookie of the Year winners in NBA history.
Really?
Can you name the franchise that has the second most Rookie of the Year winners?
the Lakers.
I was just about to say the Lakers.
No.
Okay, well, James said it. I mean,
Ah, get the.
who has the second most?
Actually, I'm wrong. The Clippers, it's flip flop. The Clippers have the second most. This team has the most.
Oh, okay. Um, I want to say the Celtics.
Nope.
Hmm.
The Celtics have three, but no.
The Atlanta Hawks.
The Clippers have five Rookie of the Years. Who'd you say? The Hawks?
Mm-hmm.
No. The Hawks have only had one Rookie of the Year in their franchise history, and it's
Damn.
Bob Pettit.
Damn,
Ah,
that's going way back.
a god. He was a god. Some would say.
So what's that? Two guesses, James. You got one guess left.
I got
Anthony,
one.
Uh,
still got two.
Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year. Uh,
I don't know.
I want to say the Denver Nuggets.
No, and sadly, Anthony, the Denver Nuggets have never had a Rookie of the Year winner. They are one of two teams to never have a
Yeah,
rookie of the
Melo
year.
Damn,
Melo
you.
didn't get it that year. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised Melo didn't get it that year. I
There's
thought
this
Melo.
guy named LeBron James.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
that's right.
the
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, yeah. I forgot about that guy. How could you? But um,
And they will never get another rookie of the year because they don't play their rookies because Bol would have been a good person to play, but they don't get
hmm.
no minutes. It's cool.
Michael
And
Honestly,
Jordan
my
would have
la-
been
my
good.
my my last guess is honestly the Milwaukee.
No, it is not the Milwaukee Bucks. Who does Milwaukee have? Milwaukee only has two. This guy named Lou Alcindor and
Yeah.
Malcolm Brogdon.
Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, James, you got one left. One guess left. Anthony's out.
I'm out.
Shit, I don't know.
He said, I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest
The
with you.
I
I could.
Orlando Magic.
The Cavaliers. No, no.
Actually,
Uh,
I would say the Cleveland Cavaliers.
mm, no, I wouldn't say him. Um, the Cavaliers.
you gonna listen to Anthony?
Yeah.
You would be wrong, sir. It is not the Cleveland
Damn.
Cavaliers. Cleveland has only had two rookies of the year. This
Yep.
guy that we
Andrew
mentioned
Wiggins
earlier
and
named
Kyrie.
LeBron
Yeah,
James
LeBron
and
and
this guy
Kyrie.
named Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving. Yep. LeBron.
The team, surprisingly, I would say yes, surprisingly, with the most rookie of the year winners is the Golden State slash San Francisco Warriors with six
Oh
winners
my
of this
lord!
award.
I would have never guessed that.
I know you
Cisco.
wouldn't have guessed it.
You gotta tell us what
Wilt,
conference the team is, man.
You never asked. Wilt Chamberlain, Woody Salisbury, Rick
Who?
Barry, Rick Barry,
Woody
Jamal
I know
Wilkes,
Salisbury.
who was who before
Woody
Rick
Woody
Barry.
Salisbury.
Salisbury,
Woody Salisbury. Yeah.
1958 when they were the Philadelphia Warriors.
Yeah. My parents weren't born.
He said my parents were. My mom wasn't born. My dad was though.
Wilt Chamberlain, Rick Barry, Jamal Wilkes, Mitch Richmond, and this guy named Chris Webber.
Chris Pratt.
Wow. Fab Five.
The
Mm-hmm.
Clippers, like I
Another
said,
good
are
documentary.
second with five. They're tied with the Kings, and the Wizards also have five.
All right. You said
The
question number
third one,
three.
and the
Okay.
third one, I feel like this is an easy one, but you never know with you guys. But I'm gonna throw it out there.
I'm winning right
Who
now, so I don't have nothing to worry about. Honestly.
who is the first non-American Rookie of the Year winner? I will give you a hint. This is after the year 2000. So you can eliminate all them 80s and 50s and 60s. This is after the year 2000. We had our first international rookie of the year. Who is he? And if you want a bonus point for who he played for, I will give that to you too. But I think if you get one, you would get the other. But I don't think you're going to get them. So
Oh,
I think I know who it is, but I'm gonna let your boy go first since he's trying to catch up.
oh,
I didn't consider him a international, but I he is international when I think about it. So I know who I'm gonna say after Anthony goes.
damn! Why I gotta go first, man?
That's
I'm trying
that
to
no, because that's James saying you're gonna get it wrong. That's what that is.
I'm just trying to let my thought process marinate real
I'm
quick,
gonna be
man.
honest with you. He's not the only international.
I didn't say
I
he
don't.
was only. I said he's the first.
Oh, yeah. Well, then I know. I know who it is. But it's on Enoch.
I'm trying to just even think of the rookie of the years.
Ooh, if you gotta think that, then it's over.
I know.
It's over.
Good. Uh-uh. Nah, my mind is just blank. It's blank central up to there, man.
Flex I do work.
Yeah, my mind is blank central, man. I ain't got
Like, all right, Breezy, you Mr. Confident over there.
Mr. Spaniard himself. Pow pow. Pow Gasol.
That is correct. It is Powell.
Hey.
It is Powell.
Uh-huh.
2001 with the
Memphis.
Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh God. I'm gonna let you get this one. I'm gonna let you get this one. All
I
right.
think I will prove I would make my boy Dylan proud in this.
Wait till we
Cause
start doing that NFL trivia.
yeah, because I'm gonna be stuck on that. I mean, if he go in the past, I might know a few things. But he stumped the hell out of all of us last week.
Yeah,
But
he was just.
the initial one, you wasn't on the pilot pod. I did get the Devin Harris one.
James has gotten at least one right every week so far. I was waiting. I was kind of stalling. I had to just throw this in here just for James. Uh, the ball game is officially over, and Duke has won their opening game. The Coach K farewell tour starts off with a win over number 10 Kentucky. Coach K, greatest coach of all time. First one down. Goodbye to
Yeah.
Um,
best team in North Carolina strikes again. Just throwing that out there. Just
no,
throwing
they're not.
that
Because
out there.
what is their team? What the name of the team?
They're the best team in the state of North Carolina.
What's the name of the team?
Duke.
That's it, right? There's
Yeah.
one North Carolina.
Okay,
That's the
RJ
North
Barrett showing
Carolina
off the Duke championship
Tar
ring.
Heels. Okay,
They play in North Carolina. They ain't the
they
best team.
and remind you, they got a dub tonight too. If I'm gonna remind you that, and my North Carolina Tar Heels beat your Zion and RJ as well. So I just want to put that out there. Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is.
Only thing that matters is who won the ACC tournament, which
Neither
was
one of them won that.
now that year was Duke. That year was Duke.
And we
But
beat y'all the year before with your Jason Tatum. Yeah.
I digress. Duke is the best team in North Carolina. But
Hey, and what's crazy is that every year we look at the standings, they're always tied or one game, no matter how many times they play. I think the system is rigged. I don't know what the hell is going on. I feel like North
Duke,
Carolina loses a lot and Duke loses a lot, and then when they come together, it's always one game. It makes no sense.
case in point, I believe Duke is ranked 9. I believe North Carolina is ranked 12th. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're ranked 12th. And since Duke just beat number 10 Kentucky, I'm sure North Carolina is going to jump right behind Duke as,
But not
as
only that,
usual.
I'm talking about career standings
Yeah, when
between the two.
it's just very close.
It's always one game or tied.
The
Yeah,
rivalry will never be the same after this year. Roy Williams is already gone.
yeah, man.
So he's
Yeah.
gone. Once Coach K is gone, I feel like it's going to go through that same transition that the Yankees Red Sox did after the early 2000s,
Who
where
are
it
y'all
got
gonna
cold.
hand the torch over to? We already gave it to Hubert Davis.
Yeah. And I mean, I know who Duke is replacing him with. So I mean, it might still be good, but we'll see. We'll see. But that is it. We have reached the finish line, gentlemen. Uh, like and subscribe. You guys got any shout outs, plugs, anything?
Yeah, man. Once again, man, shout out to Demigod Records, down Demigod, the Wave God, for the logo, for the theme song. You know, I can't express that any more than I can. Shout out to the Triple B's chat room. We're up in there talking every night, talking some crazy stuff that can't be expressed on a pod. Or it's kind of crazy in there. But yeah, man, shout out to the boys, shout out to the guys. You can find me on Twitter, Breezy5X. Find me on Instagram, Breezy __ Bills with a Z. Those are my two handles. What's up?
Yeah,
Anthony?
honestly, for me, just shout out to all the people supporting us. You know, shout out to the viewers, shout out to the subscribers, anybody who's even just promoting us. You know, we appreciate it. Every view counts, every subscriber counts, everybody. You
Like
know,
and subscribe.
like and subscribe, like and subscribe. You know, we thankful each week. We trying to get better and better, better and better. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's just the goal. Just getting better every week. You know, and that's that. You know.
Yeah. Same as James. Again, we thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Uh, find me IAM _ MBJ on all the handles. Follow me. If you also want to hear, I am also on Wrestling Podcast. Shout out to my man Keith Lee. I'm with you, brother. OTTR Off the Top Ropes Podcast. I am the current OTTR champion, so go follow me on there. Give me some love. Champ is in the building. And we will see y'all when we see y'all, in the words of the great, my man Greeny. I want to be like you one day. We will be back and we will try and be better than ever. And with that, folks, I say